Our first major winter storm of the season is quite an annoying one so far. Part snow, part sleet, part rain. This was the scene tonight in Coopersburg, Lehigh County, where cars were safely crawling along Route 309. In Bethlehem, some people are braving the elements, not letting Mother Nature get the best of them tonight. Good evening, I'm Rob Vaughn. With just about a month to go until spring, winter finally catches up with us. We have live team coverage of the winter storm for you tonight. Meteorologist Ed Hanna is in the Weather Center. Joscelyn Moes is in downtown Allentown. And Koltnow is in Whitehall Township. Ed, let's start with you.
All right, thanks so much. Yeah, we've got had some snow throughout the course of the day. Now, most parts of our area, and I thank you so much for all the emails. I want to encourage you to keep sending them in. WFMZ.com, click on that little button that says email your storm totals. Most of you have picked up anywhere from 2 to 5 inches of snow from the morning hours into the afternoon, primarily afternoon into the early evening hours, but between 6 and 9 o'clock this evening, and I thank you for staying with us for all the updates that we did on top of the hour, but we saw generally 2 to 5 inches of snow for most parts of our viewing area. Seems like the average was 2, 3, 3.5, 4 ballpark, and again, depending on where you happen to be. But between 6 and 9, we started mixing with and changing to sleet and freezing rain. And as Rob mentioned, rain, if you see raindrops falling out there, be aware. Look at the temperatures throughout the viewing area, well below zero. And so anything that's falling as liquid, freezing solid on contact. So we've got a wintry mix out there. Still a bit of snow, but primarily sleet and freezing rain. We've made that mix over. Winter storm warning remains in effect through and into your Wednesday afternoon. And what's going to be happening, very interestingly enough, take a look at the Doppler radar over the past 6 hours. We're going to have a significant buildup of ice. Sleet, freezing rain, that certainly could build up on power lines, walkways, untreated roadways, and that's going to make for a very tricky commute. That handoff of energy from that primary storm to now what has become the main storm off the South Carolina coast, that's going to barrel up the coast, bringing lots of moisture overnight, leading to lots of ice. We'll tell you about it. 6-day forecast coming up.
All right, thanks, Ed. Around Allentown, a scene we haven't seen for a while. WFMZ's Joscelyn Moes continues our team coverage. She is live at American Parkway and Hamilton Street with the very latest from there. Jocelyn?
Rob, we've got some freezing rain coming down right now, making traveling treacherous. Driving here from the station, we're only a couple miles away, but we still slid a couple times. The main roads, like Hamilton Street here, they're not too bad. You can see it's slush covered here. It's those side roads that you have to be careful of. And winter, it's clear, is finally here. As winter packs a late season punch, some Allentown residents are doing things they haven't done for a while. 69 News found these kids hard at work salting and shoveling their sidewalk.
It's starting to get really heavy.
But it wasn't all work and no play.
And I like shoveling because when you pick up the snow, you could like throw it in the streets, and then it'll make like fun because you're like playing a lot like in the snow.
The steady snow made even the easiest tasks a little more treacherous.
It hasn't snowed in a long time. I guess it's the winter saying goodbye.
Some, like this snowplow driver, are glad it finally said hello.
It's been winter so far, and it's cold, and we haven't had snow yet, so I'm looking forward to it.
Looking forward to cashing in on the white stuff.
I plow a couple of restaurant lots up there, Parkland Restaurant, do that one, and some private contractor lots and stuff like that.
While there wasn't necessarily a flurry of activity, those out and about said traveling city streets was a bit slippery.
It's starting to get icy. It really is.
A little slick, a little slippery. If you rush it, you'll slide a little bit, and it seems to be packed ice. So if you take your time, you do okay.
And that is definitely the best advice. If you have to head out tonight, be sure to take it slow and leave plenty of room between you and the car in front of you. Reporting live in Allentown, Joscelyn Moes, 69 News.
All right, thanks, Jocelyn. While tonight's wintry mix is creating slick conditions for drivers, it's creating opportunities for others. Koltnow is live in Whitehall Township with that part of our story. Bo?
Hey, Rob, you know, the snow plows are out, but if you look behind me, the streets here are still covered in snow, and Ed was talking about the snow falling here in Whitehall Township. We do have a couple inches on the ground. Now, I've been out on the highways 78, 22, 309. They are very, very slick. They are very, very slow going. I would avoid that, but all this wintry weather is actually good opportunities for some. For Kevin Campbell, Tuesday's snowfall is long overdue.
Tonight, a little bit of plowing and mostly salting because it's getting packed down, it's getting icy.
With the year's snowless winter, it's been tough work to come by. Up until Tuesday, it's safe to say Campbell's business down to earth has been on ice. So the winter supplemental business hasn't been giving you too much supplement, huh?
Correct. Yes, so we're happy to see this.
Drivers, on the other hand, are not.
It's getting a little treacherous. I work up the street at D&D Furniture. We actually closed early tonight because of the weather.
The blast of winter uncovered scrapers, spun tires, and put the brakes on DeSales student Steve Guzak, who drove to the Whitehall Best Buy.
It's pretty slushy. The driving was really slow, going about 15 miles an hour when I'm usually going 65 or 70.
The snow is only expected to intensify from here. Bad news for morning commuters, great news for snowplow companies. And again, the roads are very slick right now. If you don't have to be outside, I would avoid it. I would stay inside the comfort of your home. And if you have snow tires, I would be patting yourself on the back right now because those will really help. And if you're one of those people who have procrastinated and have not gotten that last-minute Valentine gift yet, well, you're out of luck. I think your best bet is to stay home and write a very good poem. Live here in Whitehall, Bo Koltnow, 69 News.
I think I'm doing the poetry thing. Thanks, Bo. When the snow started this morning, school stopped in some districts. We were there when class let out early at South Mountain Middle School in Allentown. Didn't seem like students there were too upset about going home early. Good evening once again. I'm Rob Vaughn. More on that massive fire in just a moment. But first, be careful out there. Better yet, don't go out there. The winter weather that's been in the forecast is now in our area. Snow, sleet, and ice. All a big problem for Berks County tonight, and the combination could cause a real slick commute tomorrow morning. The winter blast is our top story at 10:30. Ed Hanna's been following it all day today. He's in the Weather Center. Ed?
Thanks so much. We're getting emails from all over Berks County. Those of you who have been out kind of braving the elements, reporting in with some emails, nasty conditions. Now, we've seen totals throughout most parts of the Berks County area on the low side, 2 to 3 inches all the way up. Places like Warnersville, 5 inches of snow, and that changeover has taken place, though, clearly, and that happened as early in some places as 6:30, as late as 8 o'clock, depending on where you happen to be. But either way you look at it, we still have a wintry mix, a bit of snow, but mostly sleet and freezing rain, and that's going to continue overnight now. It's going to continue at intermittent rates. We might have a little bit of a break. Let's go off to the maps here. I want to be able to show you. Temperature outside of our Penn Street studio in downtown Reading is 19, so it's obvious any liquid that falls in the form of rain, it's not rain, it's freezing rain, because it'll freeze instantly on contact. But there's a lot of sleet pellets out there as well. Winter storm warning remains in effect, and again, roads are treacherous. Now, I want you to take a look. I've been telling you for the past couple of days we anticipate this primary storm moving up through the Tennessee Valley, Ohio Valley, then handing off its energy. Take a look what's happening there over North Carolina and Virginia. Do you see that huge swath of moisture? That's the primary. The energy has been handed off, and that is the main energy now. That storm is going to move up off the Delmarva coast as we get on through your morning hours tomorrow. But lots of moisture coming up tonight. It all spells ice. We'll give you more details. 6-day forecast coming up.
All right, thanks very much, Ed, for that. And constant weather updates, by the way, are available to you on AccuWeather channel, of course, on 69 News, and on by the way, the AccuWeather channel can be found on Comcast Digital Cable Channel 247 and Service Electric Cable Channel 20. Many road crews are foregoing sleep to stay ahead of the weather. WFMZ's Melissa Batulis checked with a few municipalities in our area today. She's live on Penn Street right now with more on the strategy for the storm. Melissa?
That's right, Rob. It really is the lesser of two evils, or choosing of the lesser of two evils. There's a little bit of a slush out here on the streets in Reading right now, and they tell me that can make the difference between a slow-going drive and a downright treacherous one. As the first flurries flew, the salt went down.
Getting a nice area down on the road so that way when the cars drive, they run it in and start melting the snow off.
For crews in Exeter and Wyomissing, the second attack came as the snow started to accumulate. But the strategy remained the same.
All we're going to do tonight is salt and cinder.
Ice in the forecast will keep some local crews from dropping the plows until the early morning hours.
The rain will be absorbed by the snow, so that way we can plow it off tomorrow. If we plow it off now, it'll become a sheet of ice tomorrow morning. Well, I am the road crew.
You are the road crew.
We are the road crew.
In Shoemakersville, before they could even think about pushing snow, they were pushing gravel, repairing the second water main break since Saturday.
If another one breaks again, we'll be out, and yes, we'll be out clearing the streets tonight.
This may be the first major storm of the season, but the preceding cold caused a rash of broken pipes across the area. That means before this weather ever hit, some of these guys were already putting in some long days.
About 35, 38 hours right now.
Still, this is what they've been waiting for.
I love this.
Now, many of these crews say they'll be out until about midnight tonight, and then they'll be back at it again around 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. They say that even though they love it, I mean, it really is a tough job. So if you're out and about and you see these guys on the roads, the best thing you can do to say thank you is just give them plenty of room to do their job. We're live in Reading. Melissa Batulis, 69 News, Brooks Edition.
All right, Melissa, thanks. Mother Nature's icy deposit tonight is affecting how some bank customers will make their deposits tomorrow. Wyomissing-based Sovereign Bank tells 69 News its Berks branches won't be opening until noon. A spokesman for Sovereign says the inclement weather is to blame for the late start. The spokesman also says it's rare for the bank to open late, but it's being done for the safety of employees and customers.